Once, in a small coastal village, there lived a humble fisherman. Every morning, he'd set out in his little boat, rowing gently into the vast ocean. By midday, his nets were full, and he'd return home with enough fish to feed his family. The afternoons were spent under the shade of a palm tree, sharing stories and laughter with his children, while the evenings were reserved for singing songs with his wife by the flickering firelight.
One day, a wealthy businessman vacationing in the village watched the fisherman unload his modest catch. Curious, the businessman asked, "Why don't you fish for longer? You could catch more fish, sell them, and eventually build a fleet of boats."
The fisherman tilted his head and replied, "What would I do then?"
"Well," the businessman said, "you'd make more money, retire early, and spend your days enjoying life with your family."
The fisherman smiled, his eyes sparkling. "But that is exactly what I'm doing now." We live in a world that often measures success by the size of our achievements, the depth of our pockets, or the speed at which we climb the ladder. Yet how often do we pause to ask ourselves, what truly matters?
The fisherman's tale isn't just a story, it's a gentle reminder that joy doesn't always come from adding more to our plates, but from appreciating what's already there. Simplicity isn't about lacking ambition, it's about knowing when enough is enough. There was a time when I too chased the elusive promise of more. As a young monk in a bustling city, I sought wisdom in ancient texts and clarity in solitude. Yet it was a conversation with a cobbler mending shoes by the roadside that changed everything. He told me, "Master, I stitch one shoe at a time. For what use is a pair to a man who only wears one?" In his words, I found a profound truth. Focus on what's needed, not on what's unnecessary.
You see, the true wealth in life lies not in possessions but in moments. The laughter of a child, the warmth of a loved one's embrace, the stillness of the sea at dawn. These are treasures no amount of money can buy. But simplicity requires courage. It means choosing mindfulness over distraction, presence over productivity, and depth over breadth. It's not about renouncing the world, but about savoring it more deeply.
So I ask you, what are you chasing? And more importantly, is it worth the cost of the present moment?
Next time you're overwhelmed by life's demands, remember the fisherman. Ask yourself, what is enough for me? And when you find your answer, live it wholeheartedly.
Because in simplicity, you'll find the joy you've been seeking all along.